We are now recording. Okay, thank you everyone for joining me for episode 7 of Talk It Out with Tahsha Renee. I am Tahsha Renee, and I am the founder, not owner, founder of SISTERHOOD of Sacred Fire, and I'm also the co-creatrix of our women's sacred rage therapy work that I do with the incredible, amazing Jacquelynne Faith. If you're watching this in December of 2022, we have a 4-week Women's Sacred Rage Zoom program. It'll be our 10th program that is starting January 9th. So get at me if you're interested in maybe seeing what that's all about. We also offer private sessions with me and Jacquelynne for that sacred rage as well. You can also hire me to work with me on a monthly basis or on a weekly basis. And let's see what else. Oh, these sessions are 20 minutes long. If you're interested, I'm normally $200 an hour, but if you would like to have a breakthrough within 20 minutes, as you'll see, it happens every time. Lots of stuff happens. It's only $50 to actually get that with me. So I'd love to talk to you more about that. You can find my information and all of what I do on sisterhoodofsacredfire.com, or you can find me on Instagram or find us on Instagram under the same name. All right, Sam, I am going to set this timer here. We're not going to stick right to that probably, just to keep us kind of in line. Tell me, first of all, let's talk about the fact that you were like, I'm fucking freaking out. I'm like, my palms are sweaty, I'm nervous.
Yeah, my palms are all sweaty.
So I want to point that out because a lot of times before somebody does a call with me or they sign up to do work with us, this happens. This bodily sensation of fear basically happens, and it's not very good. It is an indication that a shift's going to happen and that a breakthrough is going to happen, that you're going to release some energy and you're going to change something. So what I tell people is get excited when you feel that, because it literally means something big's about to happen, right? Because for most of us that have had trauma responses, any type of change or shift feels like trauma. It feels really scary. So tell me what it is you want to talk about today.
Well, I mean, I don't know, there's a lot, I guess. So I think the big thing that I'm kind of struggling with right now is like, I don't know, maybe feeling worthy and good enough, even if like my business isn't up there. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of slowed down, and I'm like feeling like what am I doing wrong? And just, I don't know, I know there's like a lot of fear when it comes to money and stuff like that. So I know that's like a huge thing. So that's, I don't know, I mean, kind of ballpark of where I'm going with all of that.
Yeah. Okay. So just to let you know, you are the 3rd session I've done today, and the 2 people before you all had the same thing.
It's a theme.
It's a motherfucking theme today. And it's also affecting me in some ways about my business too. So this is just very, it's not uncommon. There's not a coincidence on that. There's a reason for that. So how long have you been doing your business?
So I just launched my business in September, and I think that like that's something that I keep forgetting. Is like I'm still so new, it's still just starting off, and I'm not being like patient. And I think what happened was I started off really good, and then it like slowed down after that. And then I'm just like, I keep asking the questions like, what do I need to be doing to be getting sales or clients? Right. What am I doing that's not, like that's repelling people, or, I have a hard time just like being patient with things.
Yeah. And that is the theme of all entrepreneurs. Just, we've been doing this business for 2 years and still have to be in those places of like, what the fuck? And just to give you an example, like in the total at the beginning of this year, we had like $20,000 come in. And really honestly, after that, not a lot's come in after that. So, yeah. And you see the work we do, and you see the fucking impact we have, and you see all the things, and it's still like pulling teeth in some aspects. And so what's coming up for me around you, which is what they just showed me, which is what I've been having to work through and change and shift right now, which is permission to receive. So when we have a core wound belief around not being good enough and around rejection and abandonment, which everything goes back to, as you hear me say all the time. When that is stronger than our faith in what we're doing, because we don't have actual real proof of that yet, it fucks up everything. It just makes it take longer. So for you, who's just started in September, from someone who's been doing this for 2 years and is just now coming into this space of like, oh, I thought I cleared all the shit around receiving. I fucking haven't. There still is this level of when I say, I have $1 million, my company is a multi-million-dollar company. I feel the truth of that. And then I picture myself actually getting paid the actual money for it. And I can't seem to fully connect to it. And so I know that that means there's some deeper work under there of me being able to receive. So it's the same thing I'm getting for you is like, we want to receive it. We're doing the work to receive it, but there's still a belief system behind there that says that we don't think we deserve it, or that it's not going to be real, or that we're going to get it and it's going to go away. So the thing that you've been asking, which is what can I do to get more clients? How can I fucking move forward? Is this. You need to work on your, is that something in your background?
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's I think somebody's knocking outside.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I wasn't just hearing shit. I was like, you're just hearing that?
Yeah, it's like right outside my window on the front door is right out front. So do you want me to mute myself?
What was that?
Do you want me to mute myself?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
I
Sorry.
it wasn't crazy. Okay, so
sorry if it's annoying.
Oh, you're all good. Don't be sorry. It's all good. I was just wondering where it's coming from. Okay, so yeah, so there's that. There's also the space of attachment, non-attachment to outcome, which is patience, which is really that patience. And it is so hard to master this. It is so fucking hard. Also having the courage to ask the question of, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Is it for my highest and my best to be doing this, what I'm doing with my business? Am I supposed to be doing something different? Am I not supposed to be doing this? Show me to something I am supposed to be doing if I'm not. So having the courage to have non-attachment to the outcome of your business, of your ideas, and of the fucking money that your business is going to bring in. The other thing is if you have a lot of pressure put on your business to make you money, that will be another thing that will repel things to not happen. So if you're like, I have to get my business going because I have to make money, so it's a given you have to make money. We all have to make money. But if you're solely putting all of that pressure onto your business, you're putting all that pressure onto yourself, and it's going to make it take longer. So for someone who's like in a desperate situation or in a situation of like, I need to make money fucking now, I always say you probably need to have a supplemental income of some aspect, even if it's part-time, like something that makes you feel like, oh, I have a paycheck, so I don't have to really just like feel like I'm choking every time somebody doesn't sign up with me. So
no, I do have a job outside of my business, so that's why I'm trying to shift outside of that because so
good. Like, I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, so when I tell you there's an issue with receiving, what comes up for you?
So maybe it's because like I have never received something like that I'm like the desire that I am looking for. So I haven't like really received that. So it's hard for me to believe that I'm even capable of receiving something like that.
Right.
So I don't know if that's me not feeling like I'm worth receiving success,
Do you feel that you are capable of receiving the money that's needed to have the life that you want and keeping it?
Well, I think I've always had issues around money. Like I've always like lived paycheck to paycheck. I'm always scrounging, for the next thing. So it's like it is hard for me to hold on to money. Mm-hmm. And then when I do get surpluses amount of money, it's hard for me to like manage that because I don't know what to do with it, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not used to having those kinds of numbers in my bank account, so it's like, I know there would probably have to be money work dealing with that. But I know I don't feel that I don't deserve it though.
Okay.
I feel like I do deserve it. I feel like I've been working so hard, and I'm like, what gives, you know?
Right. So, and so beautiful. I love that you are making those correlations and that you can see where some work needs to be done. Knowing we deserve it and allowing ourselves to have it are two different things though. Like we know we deserve it. We know we're human. We just get to have things just because we fucking exist. But, excuse me, being able to say that we actually can picture it happening. And when it's all here, it's going to keep coming in. I'm going to trust that it's going to keep coming in because I'm going to figure it out. My business is going to expand, and I'm going to expand enough to be able to hold the space of all of that. Because I'll tell you, and I know you've heard this a million times, I'm going to fucking say it anyways, because it doesn't connect with everyone, not even me at times. I see women who are millionaires, literally seen 2 of them in the past week and a half make posts about how they have all the things and they're still looking at their partners going, I'm afraid this is all going to go away tomorrow. So it's really about getting comfortable with that feeling of never being satisfied with what you fucking have in your bank account. Of knowing that when you make enough money, you're going to hire somebody to help you manage it. You're going to take classes on how to fucking manage it. That you're going to allow the money to actually do something in your life that's going to keep bringing in more money for you, that you're going to figure it out when you get there, that you don't have to know how to manage money right now because there's a reason to management. There's always a reason to manage it. But when you have enough money to hire somebody, it's not going to be as difficult. It's still gonna be difficult with the emotions that you're going to go through. Yes. But so for you, it's about doing the work of like, really, it's a lot of affirmations right now. When it is,
You know, and like I go so back and forth with affirmations. Like I have a note saved in my phone, like talking about affirmations and like the power of the mind and telling yourself.
Mhm.
And I wrote that. And then like 3 days later, I went into like this depression, and I was just like, I read that note like after like, you know, midway through that little week of just heavy emotions and stuff. And I was like, I wrote that? That doesn't even, like, what the heck? Like, and then, you know, I don't know. It's like there's 2 parts of my mind, and then there's the really stubborn part that's like, affirmations don't work. You know,
Yeah.
that's just BS,
Well,
you know,
it's
and
about,
then there's the other, so crazy.
it's affirmations are not meant to fix your problems right there in the moment. An affirmation is meant to reprogram your brain. And it takes about 3 months to reprogram your brain. So you every day, whenever the thought comes up, and it's fucking exhausting at first, because at first you're just doing it all the time. Towards the end of that 3 months, you're getting closer to that. It's not as often, it doesn't need to happen. But I'm telling you, it's about a 3-month time period of when you decide. So let's say today we decide you have a problem with receiving. It's really about receiving the money, receiving the clients, receiving that you're good enough, receiving that you can be the authority, receiving that you can be the fucking expert, receiving that you're going to be the person who fucking shows up and does all the things and manages the money and manages the business. And holy shit, there's a lot of fucking responsibility, right?
Yeah.
That's all going to be dumped on you. It's receiving the expansion that's going to happen with that, receiving the healing that's going to come with that. So it's receiving. So if we decide today that that's where my issue is, receiving every single day, every time you get into a space of, fuck, I didn't have another client today, or I had a call and that client didn't call. I get to receive the clients that are paying for me. I get to receive all the money. And if you can't like feel into that, it's willing. I'm willing to fucking believe that I am the person that holds $1 million in my company. I'm willing to believe that I'm receiving all the money and all the support and all the clients that I need to get myself my own life and things raised. I'm willing to believe that my life is easy. I'm willing to believe that my company is fucking doing amazing. The other thing is, yeah, I started in September. Reality speaking, a business doesn't really start to make any real money a year to 2 years later.
Right.
That's the reality of it. And so it's non-attachment to outcome. It really is. You have to, and I know you and I've talked about that before, and I have to do it myself. Okay. I don't know if did you watch the last one I just did, the last call I just did?
I watched the beginning part of it, and then I was getting the baby down. So
Okay, so something happened. I got news today that I'm not gonna talk about right now, but I got news today that fucking put me in a tailspin. And when I'm done with this call, I'm gonna eat some food and I'm literally gonna bawl my face off because the information is not anything that I thought it was going to be, and it's fucking hard. And so I get to feel my emotions, and while I'm gonna be crying my face off, I'm gonna be saying, I get to receive. I get to receive. This is working for me. Everything fucking works for me. This is propelling my business forward. I will continue to receive all the clients and all the money and all the expansion and all the fucking recognition. We are not fucking invisible. And I am going to have to do that while I'm bawling my face off and probably screaming. So it's about, as I've taught many, many times, feeling the emotions, changing the fucking thought process. You're not doing an affirmation. You're not doing a feel good thing to try to distract yourself out of what you're feeling. You're reprogramming your brain. So the other thing to say is, I'll be saying while I'm bawling my face off, this is coming up to come out. This is happening because it's not going to be here anymore. The struggle of your business is hard today because it doesn't have to be hard tomorrow. So it's coming up to come out. And if you can try your hardest to stay in that space of, what I've been saying, which is walk in faith, not by sight. It's a Bible term, but it basically is a manifestation fucking term. It means walk in faith, that you know where your truth is and where you're going and what you're doing and what your mission is and what your purpose is and why you're fucking doing those things and why it's so important and why you believe in yourself and your business so much and all the things. It's so
hard for me. Like the manifestation, literally this whole week has been a triggering word for me.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know why, but it's just like, my mind just doesn't get it. Like, how do I believe in something that is just like never happened for me?
That's not there. Yeah. Because
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because, okay.
Or how do I make something happen that that I've never made happen or that's never happened,
Okay, so let's go into something that's part of your existence. Look around you, where you're living, what you're doing right now. Did this exist before you lived there? Could you see yourself in the specific place that you're in right now? Where you're living, the clothes you're in, fucking where we're sitting here talking right now.
No.
Why is it any fucking different then?
What do you mean? I can just make something happen tomorrow that I don't.
Not tomorrow. I mean, you could maybe tomorrow. I tell people that if something happens tomorrow because you thought something today, it's because it's 3 months after you thought about it fucking 3 months ago. So it just looks like that, but I really firmly believe it's about a 3-month time period for things to really kind of just, step into whatever for the most part. No,
that's something that you and I are going to have to talk about later because it's going to irritate me and make me upset.
So it's a reprogramming. It's the reprogramming of your brain. It's the reprogramming. It's literally deciding, and we're going to make it really small. We're deciding in the moment that we don't want our lives to be this way anymore. So we're going to say, and this is not my truth. This is not my truth. Me struggling every day, not my fucking truth. My business being hard, not having clients, not my fucking truth. Clients coming in, leaving, and then never having clients fucking, and it just being all over the place, not my truth. That's not the way I fucking want it. That's not the way it's going to happen. I'm not fucking doing that. And you have to keep thinking those thoughts. It is scientifically proven, Sam, that our thoughts create a reality. Scientifically. This is not woo-woo. This is a scientific fucking thing. You can Google it. Look at it. It's scientific. You have to literally keep going. Here, you know what? What sign are you?
I'm a Libra.
Okay.
Taurus moon, if that makes any difference.
Ooh, it does make a difference. Okay, so maybe what we do is I have you just decide you're going to do an experiment, Sam. For 3 months. You're going to decide that your brain is going to create a reality for you. And for 3 months, whenever shit comes up that's fucking hard, you're going to decide that for 3 months, just to see what happens, not attach the outcome of it, we're just going to see what fucking happens. I'm going to just believe my thoughts are going to create a different reality for me. I'm just going to fucking decide. So I'm going to get angry. I'm going to fucking cry. I do this on my calls with people that are moving things through me as well, by the way. All of my emotions come out through my tears. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a clearing, it's a release. This is the fucking fear you were having, which is frustration. Frustration of like, I hear what you're telling me, Tahsha, and I fucking don't believe it. I don't connect with it. It pisses me off. It hasn't worked for me. Fuck you. I've tried to do these things. They don't fucking work.
I'm not angry at you though.
I know you're not, but I know the information is hard to hear from someone else that isn't in your position and in your spot. But I also know that I was in a spot last year that was fucking 10 times uglier, I promise you, than where you're fucking at. And the only thing that got me out of that was Jesus. To be honest, I called upon motherfucking Jesus. I listened to worship music. Those two things I swear on. But that's whatever, your higher power, whatever the fuck it is you want to pull in. And my mind, I looked around and I said, this doesn't make sense to me. And you could say that. Look around and be like, this doesn't make sense to me. Struggling? This doesn't feel like how my life's supposed to go. This doesn't feel like I'm even here. This does not feel like, ugh, no. For me too, looking back on a living situation I loved, like a house that I loved, the feeling I got from that house that I loved. Do you have a house like that?
No. Most of my living situations, I mean, maybe, yeah, I think there's one that I can think about.
Before house, not even the situation, just the house that you lived in, where you walked in and there were days when you were by yourself and the house was quiet and there was just this feeling of safety. And like, I'm getting chills just talking about it. This feeling of safety, this feeling of like love, coziness. It just felt fucking like home.
Yeah, before the world got so heavy.
Yes. Mine too. This was literally like 15 years ago for me. My place was like 15, 20 years ago. So now when I go to picture and I'm visualizing, let's say I'm in a situation here where I'm just kind of like, dear Jesus, I need my own fucking place, right? Any place, anytime you live anywhere with people, you just get to those places, right? Yeah. I now literally fucking try to picture that place. I'm like, last night, really, I had one of those moments last night, to be honest. And I just was like, I have my own place. I'm calling in my own place. I said, you will get me the money to get me my own place in my own car, in a life that I love, in a place that I love. And I just was angry and I was saying it through anger, but every moment I choose it to be like, okay, I'm not going to be like just pissed. I'm going to fucking make this work for me. I'm going to make my mind work for me. And you really have to commit. Just tell yourself for 3 months, Sam, it's 3 months. Worst case scenario, nothing changes. Not going to happen, by the way. I don't know one person who's done this work for 3 months that something hasn't fucking massively changed. Not one ever that I've ever told you this, ever. You're no different. You're not going to be just like punished and put to the side. No.
So I'm sorry. So for 3 months, I just look around and say that this isn't my life.
So when you have things come up where you're super pissed and things aren't working for you, you need to be really solidified in what your truth is. What is your truth beyond all of this shit? If all the fear wasn't here and things life was easier, what is your truth, Sam, about your business and your fucking life?
I don't. Gosh, I'm not freaking knocking. They're hanging Christmas lights out right now. Okay. I don't know. I really, honestly, I think my main goal with like just everything, I mean, like just besides even just selling, products and stuff like that and services, but I just, I want to be like at peace and feel integrated with myself. And like, I want to, like share that with other people, and, kind of just, I don't know. I never thought about myself as like inspiring other people, but I've had people come and message me and talk to me about that. So I just feel like that's like I'm supposed to be, vulnerable and sharing myself and showing people that like, the shit's possible. I mean, I gotta figure out a way to work through it myself, but like that's my I feel like that's kind of my goal.
Jacquelynne and I have both been doing those things. We've been doing our own work and our own shadow work while still teaching people. Like people do it all the time. Okay, so I hear that part of your business. What does the truth of your life look like? When I say truth, what I'm saying is, where's your focus? What is it that you believe that your life is supposed to be like? What is it that you are like, my life is supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be what?
Not as painful.
What does that mean?
I don't know, like just my emotions, and I'm really like my own worst enemy. So maybe just not being that way. Like, I don't know. I mean, I think about my kids, you know, and being better with myself so I can be better with them, you know, and teaching them what I'm learning, you know, in life. But I don't know, like I've never had, you know, when I sit there, like, and I try to meditate and I try to ask, like, what is my purpose? You know, what is my, like you said, what is my truth? And like, maybe I'm still figuring it out.
Well, you are still figuring it out, but part of the reason why, and I'm not, please don't think I'm gaslighting you, because I don't do that. And I'm not trying to do that. But part of the reason why there's not a lot, it's not easy for you to try to think of the things that you want and say, is because you're not clear on it. So I want you to sit your ass, your amazingly beautiful, amazing, talented, fucking incredible ass down. And I want you to write out what a perfect life for Sam looks like. And I am talking about house, car, clothes, food, how you feel emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, energetically. I want you to put up all of those titles, and I want you to physically write them out. So that when you say, my life, this doesn't make sense to me because my life's supposed to be this way. My vision that I have of my life, and you can go back to, you can even just say, like for me, I'll say, when I tell my guides, when I say, my highest and best, or the most amazing life I could have, it means this. And I name out every single thing. So then what I say, so every time I say, from now on, every time I say, I bring me my best and most amazing life, it's going to mean those things. So I never have to say them again. So you don't have to keep listing them, right? That's what you need to do. You need to do the list. You need to stand up with your guides. You need to read it out fucking loud to them. You need to make it as a declaration and say, this is my life, not this shit. Put your business in there, by the way. I didn't put your business in there. That's money, I guess. Money. So mentally,
it's so hard to think about right now.
Right now it is, because this is new information for you. This is why you were scared shitless before this call, because this is the breakthrough. This is the thing.
Yeah, I'm crying. I always cry.
That's okay. I do too. And that's a release for you. That's all right. That means you care. It means you give a shit. It means it's fucking
I need to stop judging myself for it.
You're not judging yourself for it.
No, I need to stop. Like I need to not, because like sometimes I feel ashamed to cry. Like, I don't know.
Okay. So we're not doing that today. You just stop.
I know.
I'm good. So you're not doing that anymore. You literally just proved it to yourself. You're not doing it anymore. Okay. So yes. So I want you to sit down, and I want you to get to write out. So it's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, and financially. Line those subjects up.
Emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, and emotion. What was the last one?
So hold on. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. Energy is like, you could maybe not do energy, because I mean, maybe energy. So let's not do energy. That'll just make it easier. So mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially.
Okay.
If you need me to, I can write it to you in Messenger too, if you need me to. So
yeah, please.
Okay. Okay. So yes, and write those down. And at the title, at the top, it should say, my life looks like, my perfect life looks like this. My future life. My life is this. There we go. There it is. This is what my life is. Okay. And then when you read it out, you're going to call in your guides, and you're going to say, I'm making this declaration. This is my truth. This is how my life is. This is my truth. My life is this. I live in a house that looks like this, feels like this. Mine is safe, beautiful, quiet, that I love. That's how I describe the house. I drive a car that I love. Whatever it is. And you can go into tiny details if you want, or you can just say them out loud. My business is, I'm bringing in, $1 million into my company every year. I get tons of clients. I'm expanded. I'm well known. I'm booked out 6 months in advance, whatever that is. Excuse me. emotionally. I'm at peace. I handle my emotions. My emotions don't have control over me anymore. I allow myself to feel my emotions. They move through me easily. Just go down the list and write out the things. Get clear on what it is that Sam's life is supposed to look like. Because if you don't know that, we have free will. And your free will's not working for you, babe. To just I want my life to be easier. The universe is like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean you want it to be easier? You got to have some sort of direction. So then when you start doing the affirmations, they will connect for you because now you can see it in your brain. You've written it out. You know what it looks like. You do know what it looks like. You do know what it fucking feels like. You don't need to have proof of it because you feel it and know it. A version of that will appear if you keep doing the work as the shit comes up that you're disappointed in. I'm telling you, the thing that happened today, I'm just like, oh my fucking God.
This feels like kind of like this list that you're saying. It reminds me kind of like a vision board almost, but like, I mean, not with all the little pictures.
I mean, kind of. It's not something you're gonna read back every day. I want you to like. I mean, if you want to, you can slip it under your bed.
I mean, I'd probably put it somewhere, at least somewhere visible, like on my desk.
Fucking burn it. It doesn't, whatever. I mean, sleep with it under your bed. It's under your energy. That's what I like to do personally. But if you don't want, and I only do it for a certain amount of time because again, I don't want to be super attached to the outcome of shit.
Yeah. I
want my life to be for my highest and best. Now for me, I'm like, I don't fucking want nothing unless it's for my highest and best. That's the main thing I say all the time.
Yeah. I've been trying to do that. I wrote one of those lines for my affirmation, manifestation, intentions, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. And if you don't like the word manifestation, fucking just choose that you're creating your own life. I'm creating a new life for myself. I'm deciding my life is going to be different. My mind got me into this. My mind will get me the fuck out of it. People do this all the time. I'm no different. If they can do it, I can do it. And I'm going to fucking give myself 3 months and I'm going to commit to a process for 3 months. I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to pretend I've signed up for a fucking class at school and they're making me do a 3-month fucking assignment. Sign yourself up for that class, take the fucking class, give yourself 3 months, see what fucking happens. To get clear on what it is that you want first. And those affirmations will be much fucking easier. The reprogramming, they're not even affirmations. Think of them as, don't even say it's an affirmation. You're reprogramming your brain because you are. Well, how do you think it happens that we end up hating ourselves? It's programming.
Yeah, it's like repetitive, just repetitive bullshit.
It's repetitive words.
Yeah.
It's programming. That's how we get programmed to hate ourselves, how we get programmed to think we're too fat, how we get programmed to think we're not good enough. It's programming. That goes into our brains. It's no different the other direction. Your life has been created because you got programmed a certain way. You get to fucking have a different life by programming it another direction. So
I get to.
You have to start saying, I see that it's been this way, but I have to believe that other things happen too because it's true. You've seen it happen. It's happened with you. If you look back on some things you thought about manifesting, you have manifested shit. I guarantee it.
I've come a long way from when you and I first connected. That is for
I know.
sure.
I'm very proud of you. You've done a very good job. So, all right. Well, we've gone over about 10 minutes like usual.
Oops. All right. Well, you're amazing.
But I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you for feeling your emotions and saying, this is scary. I'm now crying. I'm fucking frustrating and still being able to stay open because I'll tell you what, my Aries fucking ass would get that emotional and be like, I'm fucking done. And I would hang up on people. I wouldn't even fucking stick around because I was so fucking pissed at myself.
Like, bye.
Yeah. I was on a call recently where I started to get emotional. I started to get mad at myself. Like, here I go again. Here's a person where I feel like I'm not quite at their level. So I feel like small and I feel like I'm stupid and I feel like I should know this stuff. And I could hear that voice. And I was like, you know what? No, they're no different than me. And I had to reprogram my brain in that moment. It's a reprogramming. This is a program. It's going like this. And you need an interruption. The interruption's you. The interruption is your sacred rage. Girl, you've activated that shit. It's in there. Use it.
Yeah.
Let your anger say, I'm not staying small anymore. We're not staying small because that's what you're doing.
Also, is that kind of like, there's times when I will kind of internally like yell at myself, where I'm like, where I catch myself, I'm like, stop it, Sam, just stop it. Is that what you mean by reprogramming it the other way?
And give yourself some love.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Not just stop it, not just stop it, but we got this. This is not this. Our life is easier. We're figuring it out. We're moving forward. Things are easier. Whatever it is you've done, it needs to be the opposite. Okay. Whatever it is, you're stopping yourself, the voices, whatever it is. If you're like, oh, you always fucking do this. Well, you always do. You always think this way. You always get emotional. You need to stop and say, I've been through a lot. I have compassion for myself. I get to feel my emotions. The voice is not my truth. I'm not listening to that anymore. That voice doesn't get to have control over me. I love and accept myself. I'm fucking amazing. I've been through a lot of shit. I'm going to keep moving forward. I fucking got this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's that. And then by the time you've said about 20 things to yourself, you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. I got it. You know?
Yeah.
It's true. So you can do this. I believe in you. 3-month experiment. Just look at it as an experiment. We're not making a whole lifestyle change. We're just doing it for 3 months. Let's see what fucking happens.
Hey, the last little homework thing you had for me, I did it for like, I think it was like 2 weeks straight. I went and I recorded it saying I love myself every day.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So hey,
okay.
I'm determined when it comes to
good. Well, and that has had, when you say things like, I'm a lot different than I was the first time we talked, that is some of the reason. Yeah. You instilled a different program. I love myself enough to keep going. I love myself enough to believe in myself. I love myself to feel my emotions. I love myself to keep showing up. I love myself to fucking keep asking questions. Those are some of the reason why that you are different today than you were the first time we talked.
Made me cry.
Okay, see? Yeah. So, all right.
You're awesome.
Okay, I love you.
Go eat. Have a good rest of your day.
Yes.
All right, I'll let you end it.
All right, hold on.